Hello, everyone. My name is Danny, and I'm going to review Flatliners. It is a 2017 movie, runs 110 minutes. It is rated PG-13, and that's about it, I guess. Five medical students, obsessed by the mystery of what lies beyond the confines of life, embark on a daring and dangerous experiment. By stopping their hearts for short periods of time, each triggers a near death experience, giving them a first hand account of the afterlife. But as their experiments become increasingly dangerous, they are each haunted by the sins of their past, brought on by the supernatural consequences of trespassing to the other side. I'll honestly say I didn't read the back cover and I didn't buy into everybody's skepticism of this movie before I watched it, and I just kind of enjoyed it. I went in kind of blind. I really cannot say I've seen the original, and everybody kept saying, "Oh, the original was so much better," and this second movie was just a copy of it, and I didn't buy into all that. I heard it, I kept hearing it. It bombed in theaters. I didn't listen to the skeptics. I just wanted to see what this movie was about. Never seen the original, and I didn't want to listen to the bad stuff, so I just kind of went in and I gave it a chance to impress me. And wow, I was impressed. Okay? Everybody out there that has seen Flatliners and has reviewed it and says it's garbage, just because it's a review same of the first one, I don't really think they know what they're talking about. I don't think they give this a chance. I think they just were like, "Oh, it's the same thing. Stupid. Okay, whatever. That's a stupid movie. It's boring." This movie is not boring. This movie is very entertaining and is very, very full of stuff that keeps you interested, is very deep. I'm going to get into my notes here. The very first thing is that it actually has an interesting first 5 minutes. It's been a while since I've seen a movie that has anything at the beginning that matters. Most of the time it's a scene that tells us the end of the movie, and then they start at the beginning with the pre-story of what happened. It's just ridiculously stupid. Hardly ever does it actually tie in the beginning later in the movie, and this first part of Flatliners is just exciting. Like, if you're sitting down with pizza or dinner or a beer or a drink or whatever, and you're not really paying attention, and you miss the first scene of this movie, you're going to be pretty lost. So you got to be in it. You got to be understanding it. I was expecting to have a lot of bad notes, and at the beginning, I have one criticism. I went back a couple times just to make sure that she actually said this, but the main character actually says, "Have you saw anything? Have you saw anything?" That is grammatically incorrect, and I can't believe they allowed it in the movie. I can't believe they actually let that be published in the movie. I was starting to agree with the critics when I heard that. I'm like, how can they let that make the final cut of the movie? Have you seen anything? Is what you're supposed to say. That's what every human being says. I can't believe they let that in the movie. But from then on, the only thing I can understand people being a little bit bored with is the fact that they had to show everybody being flatlined. But every single one is different. Every single one is on the edge of your seat. Every single one has their own experience with it, and they're being pulled out at a different time, and it's not boring. It's needed. Every person is going through their own thing. They each have their own challenge and their own story, and it's all very necessary. This is a very exciting movie. The graphics were tremendous. Everything that was in their little dream time where they're flatlining, it's all just exceptional. Something I don't get to see that often. It's very amazing. I appreciate it a lot. I wrote down all the things that are good about this movie. Ready? The conversation between the characters. Maybe they were like, I don't know who got this cast together, but they balanced off of each other very, very well. This is not just some high school or college drama where nobody knows how to talk to each other. They all get fed lines that are superficial and stupid, and it's not one of those. It's very real, and all the people know what to say, and they say it at the right time and in the right tone, and they are able to converse realistically and authentically. And I really do appreciate that. The action sequences are amazing. You're always running, and you're always doing things, and you're always being alert of where you are and where you're going. How many people know how to do that and how to follow that direction? Really, it just reminded me of like Final Destination and Mission Impossible. It really did. I don't know why, but it was just that well done. Really felt like it was well done. I've mentioned the acting, but I just cannot say enough. These people are telling each other, something mean like, well, if you're able to stoop to those levels, and the person says, say it, say it. And the person says, well, maybe you shouldn't be a doctor. He finishes the line. How often do you see that? Most of the time, it's a cliffhanger comment, and we're left to wonder what they would ever say. And I'm sorry, but I don't appreciate that kind of acting. I appreciate when people complete the thought, complete the conversation, say what normal people would say. Very appreciated. Thank you, Flatliners. The comedy is there. Wow. I did not see that coming. These people are funny. They have original things to say. They're a little bit spoiled brats, so it comes off a little conceited every once in a while. But honestly, it's good enough for the comedy that is needed to keep this light and to keep it moving and to keep you interested and every once in a while give you a good laugh. It provides all of it, and I appreciated all of it. And oh my goodness, if people want to rip this apart, they can, and I understand, okay? Sometimes people just cannot be scared any certain way, and it just happens to all of us eventually. But I think this had a lot of creative scares. Things that I've not seen before, and yes, most of it was, play some music and have something pop out, and it's not scary to people, but I thought it was very creative. I was mildly scared, and I was very entertained. The way that this one guy's on the boat, and all the doors open, and his radio just won't stop buzzing, and I don't care what the reason was for this movie. They're haunted by their past or whatever, their guilt, and that eventually comes to fruition, and they wait the right amount of time to disclose that information. I really just think that it was handled correctly. You didn't know what was going to happen. You didn't know if this was going to be one movie where they just all are destroyed, like some kind of game, like Ouija or something, where they just all killed by their demon because they took part in this. I didn't know what was going to happen. I'm so glad I never saw the original because I thought everybody was just going to die. I thought that's why everybody hated this movie, because they all flatline, they all died. Stupid. Don't flatline. Just to, be smart. But it wasn't like that, and it teaches you a great lesson, and that lesson is completely to be a good person, and if you have guilt about something, to settle that guilt and not to just let it destroy you for the rest of your life. And anybody who wants to argue with that, good luck, because I appreciate that lesson, and I think we all need to learn it. And I'll just say about the ending, just one little thing is that I didn't know if it was going to do a Final Destination and just destroy them all at the end. I was kind of expecting it because who really ever learns a lesson in a movie? Just kill them all. Just kill them all at the end. But it doesn't, and that's cool. And it has a little bit of surprise for you. That's, a good thing. We all can appreciate a little bit of a twist. And then it actually has conclusion. I know. Surprising. What movie actually ends how it's supposed to end? This isn't cliche. It's not superficial. It's not sappy. It just has conclusion. It brings everything to an end. It gives you a realistic closure and lets the characters actually feel like there's an end to things. Why don't people do this more often? I don't understand. This is one of the best movies I've seen in probably 3 months. We didn't have that many great movies around Christmas, and I was waiting for something good here in 2018. This is technically from 2017, but I'm so glad I was able to watch this in February because we've had some really bad movies in theaters lately, and this was a breath of fresh air. I'm so sorry I didn't see this in theaters. I didn't know about it, and everybody was ripping it apart, and I've never seen the original, so I just didn't know. I was like, we saw commercial after commercial after commercial, and I didn't want to go in and see it at that point because I just was fed all this stuff, and I thought that was the whole movie because I was being told that was the whole movie. And so I really, really love Flatliners. I'm giving it an A. It is one of the best movies I've seen in a long time. And I hope everybody gives us some time to sit down and appreciate this. It's not really sci-fi. It has action. It has romance. Really good, authentically raw, compassionate love scenes. I appreciate it. Makes it look a lot more real than 50 Shades. And the comedy's great. Everything's great. A for Flatliners. And I will definitely be buying this movie. I hope everybody else out there appreciates it. My name is Danny. If you like this or any of my other videos, please like and subscribe to my channel. And I really appreciate this movie. I hope you watch all my reviews of all the other movies I see. I keep pumping them out. So thank you guys for watching. Enjoy your movies.